Babe, are you good? Okay. Yeah, this one used to be one I feared, and this is a joke. I still don't like Lightblade. I'd give anything in the world never to have to do Lightblade again. Lightblade sucks. Next season is Lightblade, Glassway, and Corrupted, all in one season. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing I was going to say is once you get them, once you do the 6, you'll have to do all 6 again to guild it if you want to guild it this season. So you're not really out of it for this season. Yeah, we've gotten very lucky on our runs and stuff. There's still a 5.
High forces are lashing out from the cosmodrome led by a disgraced
normally it takes 3.5 hours, just depending to guild the actual field.
She'll be desperate to prove herself.
That desperation makes her dangerous.
Oh no, never mind. I started dropping stuff. It's on that. We finished somebody and we split them.
Lots of movement ahead.
But we got really lucky.
Ready for anything.
We did each of them first try, so. And then on average 3.5 hours. Yeah. So once you get the seal, gilding it, you'll have access to them all, and you can just sit down and knock them out. So. Let's just be mindful of your weeks when you're still waiting on stuff so that you don't miss out on something this season because there's only so many weeks left now. We do. We were running this, and I was using a mask to finish out the 30,000 candy I needed for the damn season triumph. Yeah. No, just because we could do it with just the 2 of us. But, yeah, we tend to, this is kind of, I start our seasons with what's the level for jams, and then once we get there, I kind of slow down a little bit with what I'm doing. But that's always my first goal, is getting to the right level that the cap is for GMs so that we can do that. And it's one of the ways that we can, I think we help the community the most, is by being supportive of other people that want, you know, to get the end game content in. I came from an environment where I didn't have people to play and do end game content, and it pissed me off that I was paying for this game that I couldn't play everything because I didn't have a team of 3 or a team of 6. And that's actually how we found the Defiant server. We actually, I think it was him this time, made a post on Facebook. And somebody was like, you know, it's great that you guys are doing this. You should join the server. That's how we found the server, actually, so. Yeah. But we've met some really good friends over the last couple of seasons by offering help on either LFG or on Facebook group. So, it's not good. Oh. It's okay. And we're caught behind the door, so we'll be there in just a second. I forgot the door shut. I don't even attempt it. Like that's like beating my head against the brick wall. He, on the other hand, has done some. I have no need for all that. Not the season. Yeah, again, I don't need the head bashing. It's like, that would be like playing Trials. Like, what's the point? After a certain point, like, let me get my shit and go. I'm good. Yeah, I suck at PvP in this game, so not interested. I mean, I say that, and we've kind of given up on Trials for the season just because, I mean, I am trying to get as many GMs done, helping as many people as we can, so that when I walk away for God of War, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. I've done. So, yeah, me too. I'm really proud of Santa Monica actually for actually making like a public release, press release about the spoilers and stuff. And asking the community to kind of like be sensitive that there are some people that do not want to have anything to do with spoilers and to be very sensitive about that. And I'm one of those people, like, I have played God of War for years now, and I don't want to spoil it. There was actually something a friend of ours posted in our personal Discord, and it was God of War related, and I refused to look at it until Odin went and reassured me. He went and watched it, and he was like, it's the old game. It's fine. Like, I'm just not that person. I live for the story, and I don't want that spoiled. That's the whole point. Like, I've waited this long, I can wait another 8 days. I'm good. I don't need to know now what's going on. We have a close friend of ours that we play Destiny with, but I'm so happy to have somebody to really geek out with about it, and I was like, he and I had to have that conversation. I was like, I know you don't care about spoilers. I know you don't.
I'm reading dense hive
but I do.
facility
So,
up
like,
ahead.
we made the deal. We're not going to talk about
like
it
this.
unless we
feels
both
like
know
a
we're in the
trap.
same spot
Then
or we
spoil
finish
their
the game
plans.
so that it won't be spoiled for me. So, yeah. November the 9th is when it releases, so it'll be available at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so whatever you're... Yeah, that's 8 days. Actually, 8 days. Today doesn't count. And maybe that's the download timer that's on for... that's probably the download timer. Should be 8 days. There was going to be a ton of good games this year, and I'm glad they kind of, due to COVID and stuff, they spread out a little bit more. I've been gaming a long time, and I play Legend of Zelda, so that was the other big one that was supposed to come out this year, and that's been pushed off till next year. So Now I'm just happy for God of War and the new Dark anthologies. And by the way, that comes out in the end of November. I don't know what the hell that was about. Like, I've seen so many release dates now, but they updated it. It's the end of November. So. No, like this month.
She won't escape this time.
Retreat isn't an option for her
Are you
anymore.
good, or did you die?
Not with the brood doubting her.
Okay.
Expect the worst, Guardian. Navota has no choice but to defeat you.
That energy signature. That's her. That's Navota.
Well. I'll just read it. Thank you. Did you already push her? Wow. I hate that night. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that screams pain in the ass. Oh no, dude's sitting up there.
Guardian down.
Can you let me farm some super from these dudes? We're not gonna kill one of these barriers so I can farm some super from them. There's only one left, so. Some of your barriers. It's not gonna matter if I die here in a hot second. Really? Really? Nope, nope. Okay. Dumb knife. One. And then the one up in the door. I'm going back to my already? I mean, that's so fuck. I didn't get the first set of there we go. Send it too fast. We have to wait for it to reset before I look on again. Whoa, I got lucky. You guys don't know how far.
The Lotus play for power showed the danger in high logic, but also its flaws.
Now this is when we got
The path
down
to
pretty
victory comes only
pretty
from the
good.
light.
Like I said, I was
can
wearing a
send the
mask in
message,
here just to
Commander.
finish. Because you get
Excellent work.
on
Return to
average
the
anywhere
tower.
from 800 to 1,000 candies, so I only had 10,000. Yeah, I only had 10,000 left, so I was like, let's just, you know, just run it and whatever. If people need help, we'll run it, and if people don't need help, we'll just run it so I can finish that up. But once you, so you'll need one at reset tomorrow for Exodus, which is, again, I swear to God, as bad as damn late at this point. Huh? Absolutely. And then you'll need each of the subsequent ones after that, I think. And then once you've gotten the seal, like I said, you'll need to gild it, which means you should have. It's 2 weeks left in the season. No, if he needs Glassway, he does. When is Glassway? When is Glassway? The last week that it runs? Is that the week after Thanksgiving? Because that means he's only got a week to gild. Yeah, you just have to watch the weeks.
It'll be Exodus, Devil's Lair, and Glassway. So it's the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the calendar. If my calendar would come up. So tomorrow at reset, Exodus will come up. And then the following week at reset will be one that you need, which will be the 8th. And then Glassway will be the 15th. And once you do that one, once you do Glassway, and you do the next 3 consecutive ones, Exodus, Devil's Lair, and Glassway. Once you've finished Glassway, and that's the 6th that you'll need, you'll actually be able to you'll get the title. As long as you've done all the other ones. So have you done whatever the other wacky triumphs are that are in that seal? Okay, and then, so what you'll do is you'll get your seal, and then you'll get access to the node immediately. That will give you the ability to go in and run all 6 right then. So, and that'll be, huh? That's fine. So Exodus is tomorrow, the 1st. Devil's Lair is the 8th, and then Glassway is the 15th. I don't know that I'm going to be around the week of the 15th, just because of God of War comes out on the 9th. But definitely the week of Thanksgiving for us, which is the week of the 21st. I'll be dipping my toes back into Destiny here or there. And like I said, from start to finish, it takes us on average 3.5 hours to gild an entire seal. It just depends on if we mess up on any of the runs, how long they take, and that kind of stuff. But typically it's 3.5 hours, and we could get it done. And if you want to do it in one session, just sit down in one session and get it done. But if you want to do it before then, obviously there's some good Sherpas in the channel. You'll have access to it as long as you get each one of them done in Glassway on day of reset. You'll get access to it on the 15th, and then you can do them all right then. But you do have to, hey Mirror, you do have to do them all over again. So it's not like like I said, it's not like you're off the hook. You just get them out of the way just to do it one more time. And I just make sure people are mindful. You know, we're creeping up at the end of the season, so make sure that if you want to gild it, you get it gilded, because that gives you the ability next season, when GMs comes out, to be able to gild it day 1, if that's what you want to do. So, but yeah, no, you need to do the one tomorrow. Yeah, Exodus is tomorrow, and then on the 8th is Devil's Lair, and the 15th is Glassway. So basically the next 3 resets, weekly resets, not daily, 3 weekly resets you need to do. And just like I said, be mindful of that, because if you miss one of those, that's it for you for the season. You won't get the title, because that's the rotation. There aren't that many weeks left to be able to go full rotation again. So
the only other way that you can speed it up is if you find somebody that's gilding in the process of building, because then they have the node and they can start the node.
Yeah, the problem is it's not like you can dip into it and dip in and out. You can't join somebody that's in the middle of it. That's one of the things that's odd about GMs. you're locked. Your fire team is locked. You can obviously leave, but you can't rejoin, or you can't join in the middle of. People were basically cheating the process, so they locked it that you can't join in the middle of it. So just be, like I said, if you really want to guild it this season, be mindful of the next 3 resets. Make sure you get them done each week. And Odin's not going to be playing God of War. He'll be watching me play. But he may be on more than I am. I will be on few and far between unless there's something that I'm really asked to do. And obviously, like I said, I know there are other great Sherpas in the channel as well. But get them done. If you haven't and you want us to help you guild it, we'll be glad to help you guild it once you get it done. If you need the help in the incoming weeks, just let us know that as well. So you, hold on, I have to look, like, I'm scheduling crap like crazy. When are we doing stuff? Yeah. Does the same time work for you tomorrow, about 2 o'clock? Okay. Okay, that's fine.
You told us that you're going to help.
Yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to help one of the other guys from the channel around 2:30. I'll poke him, Waffles, and let him know that it might be a few minutes later, just to make sure that we get it done. But yeah, no, the same time works. And that way we'll just go ahead and knock out Exodus, the second bane of my existence. And then then you just gotta, and again, the weapon will reset. I hope you got something good on your malicious today. Yeah. Yeah, and that way I don't have to type your... Yep. No problem. Have a great day falling.
Have a good night. Enjoy dinner.
Thanks. Cheers. Alright. Let me... Holy horseshit. Sorry, Mir.
After this, I'm going to go to COD.
I'm sorry.
I'm heading to that wall.
Oh, fuck. Heather wants to know if we want to ask Yeb for tonight.
For what?
Right. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got caught in the rain, you said, Mir? Oh, 2 p.m. I mean, sometimes that can kind of be fun.
Yeah, I enjoy running rain. Just so you know, before it rains, the temperature will always increase 5 to 15 degrees, and then right before the rain starts, it'll start
Drop,
down.
yeah.
As all the humidity is pulled out of the air.
Captain Waffles.
So out of nowhere, it gets really warm.
And then gets really cold.
Yeah, that's normally the first sign that it's about to start raining.
I, on the other hand, have an internal barometer pressure. I have my shoulder and my head. So I typically know because of that. 75, 20, 72. All right.
Hey, don't get mad at me.
I'm sorry. Normally when you say that, you're going to do something that's going to piss me off.
No, I already did it. It's easier to ask for forgiveness.
What did you do?
Lifted up 2 of the litter bags to bring them in.
I'm sorry?
We brought 2 of the litter bags in at the same time.
Whatever. Did you take your medicine?
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
So that box takes a bag and a half to fill up. So 75 pounds worth.
Alright, so I put it on our calendars for tomorrow. Otherwise, I will completely forget. Shit. Our time is so rigidly scheduled at this point. It's ridiculous. Are you, Mir, are you doing Disgraced? Is that what we're doing with you? Okay. Okay, perfect.
Saber was the first gym she's done, so she's just trying to get up every single week.
Okay. Not that you need to. It's anti-barrier and unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I have. Yeah, I've got all the burns too. No, and realistically, there's solar and arc. There's no void. There's no void shields in this. There are definitely the other two though. But yeah, no, you use whatever you're comfortable with. It's easy peasy. Our last one was sorry. I got food shoved in my mouth. 19 minutes, so it's not that bad.
I'll make sure if she wanted it before we decided we did it. Otherwise, we'll forget.
No.
And then this is the only time Disgraced will be for the season, so she'll be a solo.
Yeah.
Guardian. High forces are lashing out from the Cosmodrome, led by a disgraced wizard named Devota.
Disgraced?
She narrowly escaped a previous Vanguard operation with her life. Now the Brood questions her strength.
She'll be desperate to prove herself.
Indeed. That desperation makes her dangerous, but also reckless.
Kathy sent me stuff, and then
Eliminate
she
her
sent me
before
the
she
email.
regains
She
her
did not
footing.
attach. Huh?
Lots of movement here. Be ready for
She did not
anything.
attach anything.
We made our class downstairs. They create this huge choke point where the two barriers and all that come down. And we try, yeah, so we try to clam on that corner. Normally you go by to a sniper. At least this way we can kind of work.
Guardian down.
Well then. Yeah.
down.
I don't want to make her feel bad in front of the group, so I was like, did you want to maybe send me the attachment? Kathy. No problem.
Fallen raiding party ahead. You don't seem thrilled about Navota's presence.
I get greedy. It's getting greedy. And there's just so much shit that shoots arc in here. Why you gotta be in the door? I'm gonna die. Wizard on the left is better. The rest of them are. Maybe switch back to art.
Down.
No, you're fine. Please do not apologize. I know, he got both of us too. There's a little bit of resist and give me a control plug.
Guardian down.
That's my fault. Yeah, that's my fault. Better that I stopped right then and there than be in the middle of actually shooting something willingly and my controller actually die on me. That would have been worse, I think. I don't know. That one is good. Stop shooting me, it's not nice. system. So she says she sent it? I guess CSA 89.
I don't like this. It feels like a trap.
Then spoil their plans.
My side hurts so bad.
Guardian down.
Oh yeah, my foot rocks are really good on. Oh. Yeah. No, I told Heather that I'd get some sleep before that Grumpy Pants would get some sleep before. Oh, I need to respond to her. Or did you respond to her?
What does the dream team have going on tonight? After what's the dream team have going on tonight for raids and stuff?
I don't know. I know that Josh declined stuff, so. I did all that to try to get a good night's sleep last night, and I did not sleep a wink last night. It was ridiculous. So. Oh my god. Yeah.
We're close now. She won't escape this time.
Retreat isn't an option for her anymore. Not with the brood doubting her. Expect the worst, Guardian. Navota has no choice but to defeat you.
The epitome of the term
That's her.
that hogs.
That's Navota.
All over the bed. Yeah, you were very difficult. I feel better after the couple hours. Go away. There we go. Appreciate that. My Jesus. My side. Oh. Not a happy camper right now. I don't need that shit ton of food. I'm not gonna get it by, hopefully, unless we're really, really efficient, I'll get it by the time we go into that first session. That's too close for comfort. I need to see that close. Does every once in a while. What group did he delete? Wow. Okay.
Guardian down.
Mm-hmm. How far is she? Get your bearings. Yeah.
Guardian down.
No. And then near get you up. There's going to be another regular ogre and another unshot down at the bottom. Yeah. Maybe back in the middle. And I try to stay down below to keep the thrall and the curse thrall off you guys. If I'm down here, they typically funnel to me and I just kill them with heavy. Which is why I'm not up there doing DPS with you guys. Lesser of two different. So. Well, no, it's more about telling you what the strategy is. If you have one person that's down here, they all actually, for the most part, funnel to that one person because they spawn in two different places. And that way you don't have people back there. Like, Odin tends to stay in a corner back there with his back up against the wall. If a curse thrall came up on him, he would die. There would be no place for him to go. So, again, it's the lesser of two evils. And it does kind of give you guys, for the most part, some space to be able to do. Back here. Did she move? Almost done. And then when she moves this last time, it's literally just burning her. I'll tether because she will incessantly fall and crawl at night and stuff. So. Okay.
Revolta's playful power shades the
And just about the same, 19 minutes and change. It's not bad.
Victory comes only from the light.
We're happy to send the message,
Absolutely.
Commander.
And then if you,
Excellent work.
obviously
Return to the
Exodus
tower.
is tomorrow, so again, well, you weren't there for that part of the conversation. That's as bad as Lightblade, as far as we're concerned at this point. It's a pain, but so that's the next one in the rotation. If you're trying to get your seal this season. Exodus Crash, yeah. It's fine until you get to the boss, and then there's just no place. Yeah, there's just no real place for real cover. There's one spot we use. It's not bad, but it's really not real cover either. He'll creep right up behind you and still. So, but again, we should be able, if you want to do that. Hunter and I, Heather, Yub, I think is done now. But yeah, we'll get you through it either way, so that you're one step closer on getting your seal. Nah. As long as we have a well, we should be fine. What? What? I can't warlock in GMs. I'm sorry. Yes. And then...
Prestige Vanguard for the 10th time this
Oh, Jesus. The only thing that you need to be worried about for your seal, other than obviously getting your GMs done, is making sure that you've done the other things in the seal. So there's like one where you have to do it in each different burn. So you have to run it, I think, on Stasis, Arc, Solar, and Void. So just make sure. I don't even know. The best one would have been Saber to do them all on, just because it was the easiest. Probably Devil's Lair would be the second easiest. Yeah. So that would probably... Yeah, and really, I mean, obviously run supers that you're comfortable with, but you just have to be, like I said, if you're trying to get your seal, be mindful of that. You don't want to wait to the very last week with god-awful whatever the hell it is. Like Blade, to try to run different supers. You want to do it on the next easiest one is Devil's Lair, which isn't reset tomorrow. It's a week from tomorrow. So maybe get through next week, and that's just only a recommendation. You can obviously do whatever you want, but that would be, if it were me, and that's what he just said. That's the one we did all of our different all of our different supers on for the seal. So just be mindful. It's not just the 6 GMs that you have to do. You have to do some funky crap, and keep an eye on that to make sure you get that done.
A transaction to make, Guardian?
Did you? No problem. That's what we're here for. And since we're by ourselves, I was not joking about our group needing a warning label. I'm sorry if we were a little wackadoodle the last time we all raided together.
Checking.
Well, but the problem is that's the norm for our group, so I don't want you to ever feel like if something bothers you that you can't speak up about it, or I don't want to ever make you feel uncomfortable. So if anything ever does, just let me know. Even if you're not comfortable enough to say it in public, you're welcome to just message me. I am extremely strict about certain things, like and that is something that it's not the only thing that I've addressed with him in the last week or so.
Yeah.
But
He just got all three of his friends.
Yeah, he got yelled at by 3 people in the matter of about two hours at one point this past week. But that is one thing. I don't carry anybody. Like, I make the joke, I carry a little teeny tiny Coach purse. No, it's too small for people's asses. I'm sorry, I don't carry anybody. But the other thing is, like, there are things that I don't tolerate. I don't tolerate, racial slurs, gender slurs, sexuality issues. Like, I don't tolerate any of that stuff. I make the joke a lot of times, it's 2022, we don't kink shame, like, but it's not really a joke. It's the truth. We're not those people. Yes, we do make jokes and bad taste sometimes, and you never know who you might be offending, and that's why I'm saying this to you. If something bothers you, please make sure, and you're not comfortable saying it in public, please make sure to come to me. I don't tolerate people in the group making other people either feel bad, feel discriminated against. Exactly. You check the ego. We even posted on LFG and stuff. If we need to LFG, leave the ego at the door. I don't want to hear it, because I'm the first one. If you're a guy who comes in and you treat me like the little girl, I am less of a player because I have a vagina. Like, I am the first one. I get very irritated about that. I take. Yo. Yeah. We don't tolerate stuff like that. Like, and I mean, you'll hear Hunter and I bicker in the background. We also live together. It's different than the people that we play with, but I'm extremely mama bearish about, like, our group of people and that kind of stuff. I don't like people coming in that are going to be rude and belligerent and disrespectful. So I just wanted to, because we were private, I wanted to make sure to say that to you, that I don't want you to feel discouraged with playing with our group. I want you to feel comfortable, and if there's ever a time that you don't, I just want you to make sure you say something to me so I can make sure it gets handled.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Uh-huh.
The way your character set up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's too funny. But yeah, we do need a warning label. I'm not gonna, a lot of the jokes are sexually charged, and, especially because there's so few girls that play with our core group and that kind of stuff. And a lot of the boys will just be boys, and that's fine. But yeah, exactly. Absolutely. But, like, there's definitely some things that I don't tolerate, and I tell people that up front. Like, there are just some things that I don't tolerate. We don't do trolling.
Not even trolling. It's just.
Yeah, we don't do.
That's harassing.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, that's just harassing.
No. And if you'll notice, most of the time when we raid, I'm typically the fire team lead. I will not hesitate. I will go in and I will say, especially if I'm irritated that day, I have an itchy trigger finger. Don't test me. and I have no problem kicking people from parties and that kind of stuff. And it is what it is. But I want you to feel welcome to play with our group. And sometimes we do get out of hand. And okay. Well, and no, and realistically, he likes to jump into things, and that's kind of what I told him. I was like, dude, if you needed 10 minutes to have a phone conversation or whatever the hell it was, go to the bathroom, whatever, just say something. We could have all just screwed around and instead of started the activity, but it's about communication. And we had this incident once before with him where we were in War Priest, and he would just stop moving, and he was my teammate. We were on left, and I was actually, thank God, running a warlock. I would literally throw down a rift and run and try and kill as much shit as possible so I could keep him alive. And that's like the running joke. I'm like, do you need some food? Do you want to go get some food before we start the encounter this time? And so like he doesn't do that like randomly in the middle of encounters now, just walk away, because he knows I'm going to give him shit about it. But yeah, I told him, I was like, dude, all you have to do is say something. Communicate with the group. We could have screwed around for 10 minutes instead of starting the activity thinking you were there because you were moving and had no idea that you weren't listening to us. Just say something to somebody. I know. Well, there's a lot of stuff that he thinks that we're just going to carry him. And I do like SS. He's actually a really nice guy. Or young kid, I would say. But, and he's
really good at PvP, and he carries people in PvP,
yeah.
so he expects you to carry them.
I could use some coffee. I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Yeah. And that's another thing you don't need to worry about with our group. You don't need to apologize for that kind of stuff. Dying, messing up, like, we all make mistakes. That is I used to be in the same pattern, and that's what you have teammates for, to revive you if you die. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just a confidence thing. I don't want you to. One, I will never tolerate when we're raiding and stuff, somebody ever making anybody, me, you, anybody in the group, being looked down upon because they died. That's just ridiculous. That's the whole point of having raid tokens. You're gonna die. Everybody dies. But it doesn't say anything about you as a player because you died. You're too greedy. You were standing in the wrong place. Hell, we've gotten spawn killed for no reason, just because we were standing in the wrong place. Like, you know, those are not things to pick at each other about. But I don't want you to feel like you have to apologize for those things. That, I'll be honest, that irritates me, because again, I'm kind of going, what? It's the first time you've done it? Of course you're going to die. You don't know where to stand. You don't know how many enemies are going to spawn in that room. We've done this, like, I mean, we did it half a dozen times in one day, just the two of us. He stands on one side of the room, and I stand on the other side of the room, and it was funny, we were helping somebody from another server get through Disgraced, and I muted, and I was like, if this dude strafes in front of me and gets me killed one more time, I swear I'm going to kick him. Because, like, he kept, and I mean, he would literally, like, strafe in front of me, or push me out of the way or into the line of fire. And I you know, because, and Hunter doesn't do that, because he knows we run stuff so much together. He knows where I stand. You're not going to know any of those things. That's the whole point of going in with people that know it, is so that you don't have to worry about those things. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's why I made the comment in the well, and that's why I made the comment in the boss room, why I wasn't standing with you guys, so that you understood having somebody over there as bait for the cursed thrall, while the incessant spawning of thrall from two different places baited them over to one person as opposed to them running around the room. We used to do it when we first started doing Disgraced this season. We would all be in that back area, and then they would all run all over the room, and inevitably, you're not going to pay attention, and a cursed thrall is going to explode next to you and kill you, and possibly you and one other person. So we figured, let's try it this way, and that tends to work. Even if there's only two of us in the room, that's a strategy that tends to work. But yeah, don't ever feel like, don't feel like you have to have a certain loadout or be a certain light level. GM's, Bungie's requirement is the only requirement we have, which is the light level requirement. But you know, you don't have to have a certain loadout, and you don't ever have to apologize for dying. It's part of the process. So.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Well, no, it's getting comfortable with people you're playing with too. Well, actually, we don't have anything else planned until 8 o'clock tonight. I am actually. I told Heather we're doing a King's Fall tonight for Heather, and for coffee, and no coffee, and because of me not sleeping last night. And what's really funny is Coffee and I are very similar in a lot of ways, and then our signs are polar opposites in a lot of ways. She's Scorpio, I'm a Pisces. But when we don't sleep, we're very similar. I messaged her this morning, and I was like, it was like 5:45, 6 o'clock. I was like, I have not slept at all last night. I'm grumpy pants. I promise you I will sleep before 8 o'clock. So I got up to help Fallen Beast. And then you were online, so I slept for 2 hours. I'll probably take a muscle relaxer and sleep for another couple. But I know Hunter's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna screw around in Destiny, if he's gonna play in COD. But yeah, did you figure out what we were doing for that? Yeah. I don't like him anymore. Mir, did you want to run a King's Fall with us tonight? It's 8 o'clock, and our group normally gets through it in an hour, and then I was hoping we would grab a checkpoint so that we could force Heather on a different character. She's still trying to get touch, so yeah. No, you're good. I'm the first one to give up my spot when we're doing stuff, but Heather asked me over the weekend. We were supposed to have a run on Sunday, and we ended up doing a third Saturday night, so we canceled the one on Sunday, which kind of screwed her a little bit. And I didn't know that up front. So, but yeah, we actually have 2 spots open, but I think Coffee was gonna ask Yeb, and if you want to run it, I'll go ahead and add you to it as well. That way, okay, awesome. So yeah, it's like I said, it's at 8 o'clock. Huh. Yeah, Eastern. I think you, Hunter, well, obviously Hunter and I, and you and Coffee and Josh are all in the same time zone. I think we're all Eastern. We're all Eastern. You're Eastern, correct? Yeah. Yeah, we're right outside of DC.
So just making sure do I need to take myself off of the post for the dares? Because I had accepted it. There's one of the core people last night.
Blue skies, dancing guardians, the usual.
Because I thought there was a group of people that you had like tagged in a post, and with you it was a total of 6 people. Well, we'll be on, so yeah.
No, if we end up finishing the raid and we're going to do that and go back to another sponsor point, so
that's fine.
Hopefully we can get her touch.
I just don't want to keep her up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, Yeah, the midnight phone calls.
Well, she's gonna take medicine and lay down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on COD and stream Misery so that Josh can last.
Too funny.